Alright guys, so Cookie Run Kingdom has posted their patch note for May 7th update featuring Eternal Sugar Cookie and the next episode of Beasties, unfolding the story between Eternal Sugar Cookie and Hollowberry Cookie. So let's look at this together and see what we are getting, because there's a lot of things going on here guys, and a lot of good information about the next events and rewards that are going to be coming out. Alright, so let's get started. Hello and welcome to Cookie Run Kingdom. Get ready to venture into the fantastical garden of delights with the cookies in the May 7th update. What's new? The menace of the Beast Cookies is looming over Crispia. Hollowberry Cookie and her royal lieutenants, Wildberry Cookie and Raspberry Cookie, set out on an expedition to Beasties to answer the call of the unknown. However, what they found there was beyond their expectations, a paradise of sweet delights, rest and healing, and the soothing sounds of the lyre. What awaits our hero in this fantastical land? Will Hollowberry Cookie find her way back to the light of passion? Episode 9, Garden of Sweet Delights. The 9th episode taking place in Beasties, Garden of Sweet Delight begins. Clear stage 9-30 and complete the quest Jewelry Box to obtain the Castle of Delights design for your cookie castle. So that cookie castle design that we saw in the video is going to be free once you guys do complete all the up to 9-30 and complete a quest. So that's really nice to see. Alright, now new episode effects. Blessings of Eternal Sugar Cookie. The Blessings of Eternal Sugar Cookie effect will trigger on certain stages of the episode. Defeated enemies will drop hearts. Collect these hearts to activate Blast Mode. If Eternal Sugar Cookie is on the team, Blast Mode's duration will be extended. So kind of what we saw inside of the video. Episode effect Rationalization. Starting from stage 9-3, Rationalization will appear. The meter will increase whenever your cookies are attacked, and once it is full, they will gain a debuff. Eternal Sugar Cookie and Pavlova Cookie will receive a buff instead. Rationalization buff, increased attack and attack speed, cooldown reset. Debuff reduces attack and attack speed, increases receive damage, cooldown frozen. Alright, so that's actually a pretty bad debuff. So kind of shows that you're gonna need Eternal Sugar if you have her, or at least Pavlova will make it a lot easier as well. Tactical skill, Strike of Bliss. A pair of dazzling wings unfold, dealing damage to enemies. The wings grant attack, crit percentage, and crit damage buffs to ally cookies. Steel type cookies receive more powerful buffs as well as an extra damage resist buff. So steel again is going to be for our Hollowberry as well as Raspberry, Wildberry, and other cookies. Alright, new Bear Jelly Expedition area. Of course, we have episode 9. You need to clear at least 1-30 to unlock the Beasties portion of the balloon expedition, and then once you clear episode 9 you can actually explore it. There's a total of 60 units of yeast ore obtainable from this episode. They will speed up agar cube melting speed in the mines. Alright, so there's that. But here is the big information here guys, and that is gonna be the next Beast Cookie, Eternal Sugar Cookie, who is gonna be a bomber cookie who uses the skill Eternal Enchantment. Eternal Sugar Cookie floats atop a cotton candy cloud, restoring her own HP and gains an HP shield and immunity. She summons a saccharine breeze, charming enemies and dealing periodic damage. Affected enemies suffer from the delightful temptation debuff, while immune targets receive damage. Afterwards, the sugar coating cracks, dealing damage and putting enemies into an enchanted state. Enchanted duration increases based on the number of charm stacks. When enchantment is dispelled, its duration is over, or the target is immune, the effect changes to laxness. If the target is immune, they receive additional damage. Eternal Sugar Cookie's Mythic Beauty makes enemies who deal damage to her gain the Guilt debuff. At maximum stacks, Guilt will deal damage to the target in proportion to their attack. The target will also receive increased damage and reduced healing. At the start of a battle, Eternal Sugar Cookie will appear floating on top a cotton candy cloud, surrounded by her cotton candy angels. The cotton candy angels will follow the rest of the team, buffing them and themselves, and dealing damage and debuffing the enemies. The fewer team members are left on the battlefield, the stronger this effect becomes. Eternal Sugar Cookie herself is resistant to charm, enchantment, and laxness. Alright guys, so absolutely a ton of information, but you guys can see right over here, you're gonna have that Cloud, as well as some Angels buffing your cookies, as well as, you know, Eternal Sugar. You also do have Charming here, guys. So we have Charm that is going to prevent enemies from actually doing something. And then we also do have the Temptation debuff, where immune targets, so cookies who are immune to debuffs like burnt cheese, financier, and stuff like that, are going to take additional damage instead. And then we have something like laxness. I have no idea exactly what we're going to be getting from that particular debuff as of right now, but you can see right over here, guilt is going to be another thing. So if Eternal Sugar is damaged or attacked by another cookie, they feel guilt for attacking her, and they're gonna take at max stack some damage proportional to their attack. That's actually crazy. And then also they're gonna receive increased damage, reduced healing as well. Alright, so gotta see what this cookie is gonna do, but it does look like there is no revive as of right now, just some extra healing and some HP shield and immunity. So we'll see how this one takes place. Alright, so a massive damage dealer coming into play here, guys. But again, no immortality, no revives, something like Shadow Milk, our Fire Spirit, as well as Burning Spice as of right now. Next one is going to be our epic cookie, Pavlova Cookie. Pavlova Cookie is a ranged cookie who uses a skill, Heart Piercing Arrow. Shoots an arrow into the sky, summoning a rain of arrows falling onto the enemies, dealing damage and applying the red thread debuff. The more targets receive damage, the more stacks of red threads are applied. Summon creatures are excluded. Additionally, Pavlova Cookie will increase the team's crit percentage and crit damage. Targets who reach the maximum stack of red thread becomes charmed when Pavlova uses his skill. Alright, so seems very interesting. Another charm here, guys, and also a cookie who is going to increase crit percentage and crit damage. So I want to see how this one is going to take place. Seems like a very good cookie for PvE. New Biscuit, Frozen, and Steelin. So Steel and Ice type are going to be available. You're going to be able to get them from episode 9. And then new Resonant Topping, Indolent Toppings as well. That's going to be available for Eternal Sugar and Pavlova as of right now. Alright, and then new skill element, Steel. A new skill element, Steel, used by Muscle, Raspberry, Butterroll, Mercurial Knight, Tea Knight, Avocado, Wildberry, Elderberry, Night Cookie, Werewolf, Brute, Hollowberry will be added in this update. Meet the powerful cookies, Hollowberry, Raspberry, Mercurial, Tea Knight, and Wildberry in the Steel Gacha, and enjoy the greater chance of appearing. So they are going to be adding the Steel feature banner with this new update. New artifacts in Cookie Alliance, so we do have the Solid Steel. This is going to increase Steel Cookie's damage resist if you guys get it up to 10, 20, and 30, and then also going to be increasing Steel type damage. And then we also do have two new treasures, Mystical Silver Fork and Mysterious Jewelry Box. The Mysterious Jewelry Box, a Mysterious Jewelry Box falls down, dealing area damage relative to highest attack in your team. If the target is a cookie, it applies debuffs that increase received damage and decreases their attack and crit percentage. This one in particular doesn't look like it's gonna be very good. It looks like a very fun treasure to use on the side, but not anything meta. But we do have the Mystical Silver Fork, so let's see what this one does. Applies the Mystical Era buff for every regular or skill attack from ally cookies. After reaching a certain number of stacks, it will disappear, increasing attack and crit damage for a certain amount of time. So depending on what this particular bonus is, we'll see if this is going to be something like, in my opinion, Avatar of Destiny for Creme Brulee and other cookies like that, putting out a mode, are going to be really good with this because they attack so many times. So depending on the number, we might see the whistle disappear. So we'll see how this one goes because it's attack and crit damage. Next one is going to be the return of Boss Rush. Defeat powerful bosses and march on towards greater challenges. Boss Rush returns with new bosses and synergy effects. Build cookie teams strategically to tackle more and more challenging bosses. You can use multiple attempts to defeat a boss without starting anew. Defeating one boss will unlock the next one. Some bosses have rage effects that trigger when their HP drops below a certain point. Beware, these effects might change the tide of battle in the boss's favor. You can activate up to 6 synergy effects when building your team. The faster you defeat a boss, the more points you can attain. The timer starts as soon as you enter the battle. So obviously we do know that when there is a rage effect, sometimes the element changes and things like that. But this time around, you have a total of 6 synergy effects you can actually activate in a single run. Seasons. This season consists of 2 parts, and the rankings are calculated for each. Achieved suppression and stage progress will be carried over, which is also really nice. So we have 2 weeks of season 1, and that is going to be from stage 1 through 15. And then maximum suppression level is going to be 30. And then for the second season, it's going to have the maintenance for the next update, and then it's going to carry it on to June 3rd from stage 16 to 30 with maximum suppression level of 100. Good to see that we're having 2 seasons, although you can still go on to the next one, but it's nice because that means we get 2 different rewards. Rage effects. Certain bosses have rage effect. Check their detail for more info. Rage effect trigger once the boss's HP drops a certain point, changing the boss's attack pattern and vulnerability, which is the element that they're vulnerable to. Utilize different synergy effects to counter rage effects. Entry token. Use boss rush tickets to play boss rush. Claim 6 of the tickets every day at midnight, or purchase additional boss rush tickets with crystals or by watching ads. Synergy effects. Build your boss rush team in a way that allows you to activate as many synergy effects as possible. Use synergy effects to tackle each boss in the most efficient way. Certain stages have hidden synergy effects. Look for clues, which we saw in the previous boss rush, like Giant Ginger Brave, as well as summoning 5 of the Ancients and things like that. So we'll see how this one goes. Suppression level. Increase suppression level to gain advantage against bosses. To do so, you need to collect suppression spears, which can be obtained from the battle supply chest. Rewards in the battle supply chest accumulate over time, so make sure to check them regularly. Star bonus is going to be based on the promotion and awakening. You're going to get some extra bonuses. Each cookie can bring up to 10 stars. Alright, so next one is going to be the battle supply chest. Open the chest in boss rush lobby. These chests contain suppression spears needed to upgrade your suppression level, along with challenge coins. Rewards will automatically accumulate after a certain period of time. All players will receive the same amount of rewards regardless of when they open the box. So this is going to be the same as last time, which is absolutely amazing. So anybody who joins in mid-update will not miss out on any coins or spears, and they can actually buy pretty much everything from the shop. Boss Rush Shop is going to have some actually insane amount of rewards again, and this time around it is going to be available for 2 different seasons, and it does have 4 of Eternal Sugar Cookies Soulstone. That means that once it resets, we're going to have a total of 8 from the Boss Rush. We also do have Radiant Biscuit Dough, EXP Star Jelly Concentrate. You have like cookie boxes as well. You have Pavlova Soulstones, and as well as if you guys probably scroll down later down the line, once the update come out, we're gonna have magic and special cookie cutters as well. And then retry mode. Clear all stages to unlock retry mode, in which you can try to improve your score by defeating bosses even faster. But just know that from last time, they required 3 tickets rather than 1. So we'll see how this one does take place once we do have the events come out. Ranking. The final ranking is calculated based on the sum of scores you achieved on each stage. The faster you defeat each boss, the better your score will be. Practice mode. Test various teams and synergy effects in this mode. So this is also really nice, so that you don't need to waste your ticket trying out different teams, especially the hidden synergy. Alright, special condition. In Boss Rush, all players will have their cookies stat adjusted to the same value. So they're gonna have all their skill and level boosted up to level 90. Biscuits below 20 will be boosted to 20 with their bonus effect deactivated. So all the 4 liners are not going to be available. All kingdom passives are deactivated. Treasures and guild buffs will have no effect as well. Playing on, you can quit and later continue battling a boss. However, if you use a different device, your battle records will be lost and the boss rush ticket will be used. Addition and changes and improvements. So we have the cookie gacha and feature gacha probability detail. It has come to our attention that our previous explanation regarding the gacha probability was insufficient. Sorry for the inconvenience. We have updated the info related to the gacha probability as follows. Added information regarding the guaranteed cookies for every 10 and 100 pulls. Added new buttons to the probability table. Tap on them to learn more details about the guaranteed cookies. The Order Sacred Fork Effect. This is the old fork treasure. The treasure will become more effective at countering hit shields. Imbued with sacred power, the fork deals additional damage proportional to each cookie's attack with each of their regular and skill attacks. The amount of damage for boss enemies is greater. If the target has a hit shield, it reduces the hit shield by 1 instead of dealing damage. So it means that we're going to be able to hit them technically twice, right, for the hit shield. So it can be good against bosses like Tray 25 inside of the Choco Cake Tower. Alright, treasure description. Updated the paper charm description. So it says curses the nearest enemy, removing buffs from all enemies around them and dealing a portion of team's damage. Alright, and then this is the same thing pretty much here for the Thunder God's paper charm. Cookie costumes, legendary costume in the Rainbow Crystal shop. Added Splitter of the Seas to the Rainbow Crystal shop. Black Pearl's Faded Radiance costume will be on sale until the first update in June. We also do have again that the English voiceover is going to be delayed because of the strike. And then we also do have the Cookie Alliance season schedule change. So the duration is adjusted due to the addition of the new Solid Steel artifact. The new season will begin at 6:30 instead of at midnight, and season 2-21 is going to take place starting on May 7th. So tally time is going to be from midnight to 6:30 of the next day. Alright, and then we also do have the bug fixes. Fixed an issue where resident toppings were not displayed on the breakdown menu after applying a filter. Alright, but that's pretty much what we have. A lot of extra stuff. We have episode 9. I love the fact that Boss Rush is coming back. And then we also do have some other, like, you know, extra things. So I am excited. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys are excited for. Not sure exactly what kind of effect the steel element is going to have, but I have a feeling it's going to increase damage resist and take less damage and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, what you guys are excited for. And just like always, I will be live streaming the update, so I will catch you guys then. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.